Hey everybody, we are out here live with the 2020 Lincoln Navigator. Now, I should have put in the description, but this is actually a black label Navigator, so it is top dog, creme de la creme. So for those of you who haven't tuned into our live drives before, this is an opportunity for us here at Daily Motor to interact with our audience, interact with you guys watching from behind the screens, wherever you are, your desks, your offices, your beds, your toilets, doesn't matter. We're here to show you what we've got coming up, and interact and respond. So we got Alissa out here as well. She's monitoring the chats. I'll be looking at the chats as well. And fortunately, we've got a nice big vehicle this week, which is a little bit of a contrast to last week, because last week we had the Supra, and it was kind of like, well, this is it. It's small, pretty, and fast.
Yes, yeah.
But this Navigator is large, pretty, and fast, which means there's a whole bunch more we can talk about without even getting on the road. So let us know in the comments what you guys would like to see in this hour or so as we're out and about with the Navigator. Anything you'd like to know or see about our other videos, stuff that's been up on the channel. Also let us know how the quality is. We're always messing around, tinkering, making tweaks to the camera, the connections, the audio. I've actually got external mics plugged into the GoPro this week for the live drive, so I'm hoping that the sound's a little bit better, but that could all get lost in connection quality issues and everything too. So let us know about all of that, and without further ado, let's get started. And let us know if you're in the comments. We've got some regulars that we always like to see. There's a whole bunch more we can talk about.
Hello, hey.
So this being the Black Label Navigator, I think it said Black Label. Black... better than Black Naval. Black Label Navigator, it's top dog. So we've got these huge, beautiful wheels. Look at these.
Wheels.
They're like propellers or something.
Yeah, I should stand next to them for kind of like for scale.
Yeah, you're 5'1". Yep. And I mean,
should stand next to this entire thing for scale.
it really dwarfs you.
You could lay 3 of these down lengthwise, and it probably still wouldn't be enough.
We could do laps around this car. We could play tag. I wouldn't even be able to see you on the other one. When we had it parked in the driveway next to Alyssa's Passat, it dwarfed it. I mean,
So
the Passat's wheelbase fit very comfortably in here. The whole car practically felt within the wheelbase.
It's a giant, mammoth, beautiful thing.
But that's worked in our favor this week, because we were actually doing some towing with this. We had a 24 Hours of Lemons race out on the west side of Michigan at Gingerman Raceway, and we towed our race car with that. So, and it did wonderfully. We've got that in our review. Not only that, we used Ford/Lincoln's Pro, what do they call it? Like Pro reverse garbage stuff, turner button.
Are you talking about
the trailer, Pro Trailer Assist, I think is what it was called.
Yes.
Yeah, so we can't actually demonstrate it in active.
It's so new though, we don't know what the actual name of it is.
It's been around for a few years, but new to us.
New to us.
It's just got some silly marketing gimmick. It's the little knob that allows you to back up the trailer easier, and it does work pretty well. But anyway, these wheels. How many spokes are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Looks size. 22-inch wheels coming straight from the factory. More interesting, 285 section width. So these are big boys. Really large. I would not want to have to lift one of those. They're probably like 80 pounds all said and in. Now, one thing that is kind of interesting with the Navigator, whenever I'm being followed by one and there's one in the rearview mirror, let me show you what happens. Liz, you can take the camera.
Okay.
I'm going to turn on the LED daytime running.
Where am I supposed to look?
The lights, the headlights.
Yeah.
They are on?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, so right here, it's got a double LED bar, and it looks really cool, but what happens is when you're following, say, yay far away, it looks like your mirror is like shaking a weird double vision. Step back here and kind of see if
That's
you can
interesting.
see it.
Well, the GoPro is picking up the LEDs, and so I don't know if that's going to really demonstrate what he's talking about right now, because to you guys it looks like the lights are flashing anyways when they're not.
Either way, it's kind of a weird design element. It's almost like they got lazy and they're like, we just need to make it bigger, so let's just toss an extra LED strip on it. But they do look good, and the headlights actually work really well. We drove in the night, brights are bright, you can see HID, high charges in there.
Nice.
Yep. Big old grill, all functional. You can see chrome. I know some people think the chrome is a little bit too much, a little bit overstyled, a little gaudy.
When you pair it with this beautiful powdery blue,
yeah,
it's a very beautiful color.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of and it's got enough black in it to kind of tone the chrome down.
Tone the chrome.
Tone the chrome. But I think it's just really very, very striking.
All right, coming around to the back. I know it takes a while. You got this classic Lincoln light bar that goes all the way across the back of the vehicle, and I think it's cool that Lincoln's kind of going back to that because it's very characteristic of
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
We've got a power-operated liftgate, of course, and we start to get a little sneak peek at the yacht club theme. I think it's just yacht. The yacht theme interior. Liz, if you want to kind of show off some of the seat operations and stuff, I'm going to hit it in the chat, let people know we're here.
Just an overview here. I actually don't know how to operate these, so we'll see what happens. 3L, 2L. Okay, and then the bottom ones say 3R, 2R. So I'm pressing that. I'm pressing in and holding it.
You actually don't even need to hold it.
Oh, cool.
Oh, now
it
that is interesting.
It didn't fit, so it comes back up.
Yeah, so with the second row all the way back, the third row can't go down. Now it's weird and a little bit of an engineering mishap in my eyes that Ford didn't figure out a way to make that seat automatically get out of the way, because that means these buttons are halfway worthless because you still have to walk around to move that seat forward.
Well, what does 3R mean?
Well, 3R would do the right. You got right and left, and then the middle is both. Now, I wonder if you do fold the second row first, then can you do the third?
Okay, so that one is down.
Now I bet you it'll go. Still, that's a little unfortunate if, say, you had a baby seat up in the second row.
Right.
And you didn't want to fold that, and then you'd have to just be conscious and cognizant of making sure that seat is not reclined.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, it'd also be kind of freaky if you do have a baby seat in that one
press that.
with a baby in it, and then your third row is moving, and then it moves the chair in front of that one that's moving down automatically, and then you'd have to know, okay, is this actually going to be okay with my kid in there?
Well, at the end of the day, I guess, you just can't be stupid. Underneath here, you do have a lot of storage. The Navigator does such a great job at having a bunch of neat little compartments for everything. And...
no way.
I don't know exactly what this all is supposed to do. Looks like you got a shelf. What else can you do? You got
a tent.
A tent triangle thing. Put this down. Can you turn this into like a I don't know what the point is of this folding is. I can think it's like a weird, maybe it's just to get it up out of the way so it just stays like that.
It could be. Yeah, that makes sense. When you have it folded up so you can actually get at something in here. It kind of is able to put itself away while you're working on whatever it is that you're getting out of here, so it doesn't come crashing down in your face.
It's weird that it just has a full...
Well, wait a second. What does this do? This thing.
Well, they do come out. There's these little
hook things, right?
Oh,
man.
Now look at that.
What would you do without me figuring this stuff out for you?
It'd be less informative, that's for sure. Yeah, and then you can actually have... So if you had, if you did this...
Right.
Then you could, box stuff in so it's not rattling around.
That's actually very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. See, Ford really thought of a lot of these nifty little things. I mean, there's compartments here. When we took this little plastic cover off for towing, we were able to just put it right up on the side.
Right.
Lots of nifty little spots for things. Yep. For room back here.
Oh, yeah. The Charlie test.
You can't lay down fully at 5'10" in just the third row, but if you extend yourself up into the second row, you got tons of space. You could easily have 2 full-grown adults nap back here.
Yeah.
Decently comfortable, too.
Right.
Nathan up at Daily Motor wanted to sleep back here. I wouldn't have blamed him. It's a nice place.
It's a nice place. Let's put these seats back so that when we go in the back seat, we can.
Actually, wait. I want to try something.
Okay.
Now that one's up and one's down, if I press the center, do they flip flop? No, it just goes down.
Is that one going to come back? It went down fully.
I think that seat was reclined and that one is not reclined.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's get those up, and as they're coming up, we can motor around to the side door and get into the back.
Can we raise the captain chair on the left from back here?
Nope, that one's not powered, unfortunately. It's just a power release.
Okay.
Yep. Very quiet operation.
Yeah. Some of them like beep, and some of them also make that really loud hydraulic sound, which is super annoying.
Right.
That one was very quiet, so it can be done.
Yep. So these actually aren't too bad. Just taking a quick check on the comments. Just kind of press this and lift that up.
Okay.
Gets it into its proper space. And then, this works quite well.
Oh, wow.
Whole thing moves up and out of the way.
So you can... Oh, you're wanting me to get in.
Go for it.
All
So one of the ways that these very large body-on-frame 3-row SUVs stand apart from the American automakers versus like the German competition, the GLS, the X7, maybe like a Japanese Lexus LX, is you can fit back here comfortably 2 full-size adults. Mm-hmm. I have plenty of legroom. You have plenty of legroom. The headroom's good. There's no center armrest, but you and I aren't even like remotely close. We could even, if we needed to, fit a third person right here.
Right.
And you can actually comfortably fit 7 adults. We've got power recline abilities. We've got cup holders, USB ports, storage area. I mean, it's actually a usable place. We've got dome lights, air vents right facing on us. You've even got latch anchors if you want to put a car seat in here. So this is not what you get from most like crossover style 3-row SUVs. Those typically the back seats are pretty much only for small children. Mm-hmm. Whereas this, I could do a whole road trip back here if I needed to.
Yeah.
The seats aren't quite as comfortable back here as they are on the second and first rows, but still not too bad.
Right. You are comparing these little benches that we're sitting on with full-on captain chairs up there.
Yeah.
So
let's go check those ones out. Oh yeah. When I did the audio system test on the Revel 20 speaker sound system in this car, I tested from back here as well.
Oh, that's very nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because you have audio controls, and let's see if I turn on the vehicle. You can see that pops up. You can actually choose different media from here. You can adjust the volume.
Wow.
You can go through tracks, and you can just bring up a clock if you'd rather. And then the whole back has a climate control as well. Fire that up, off, heated seats. Down here you've got 2 USB-A ports, a 12-volt, and a 110-volt wall-style outlet. Plop that down, and you've got 2 cup holders.
Holy smokes, it just keeps on giving.
It really does.
Wow.
Yeah, they really thought of a lot in here. Nice stitching everywhere.
It really is, yeah.
Got these big, wide, comfortable armrests. You could easily put a cooler back here if you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Let's press this button.
Ah.
We get our panoramic sunroof. I gotta do it one more time.
Okay, because there's 2 different ones.
Yeah, I wish it went all the way back.
Yeah, that would be nice if it was.
Nice handles everywhere.
But you can probably open them, so.
Yeah, I don't think you can open this one, but you can definitely open that one.
Oh, I see.
Yep.
Beautiful though.
Yeah, really starts to highlight the yacht interiors. You can see up there.
Right.
This nice, soft white. I'm sure it's a plastic, but it seems like there's like an epoxy over it or something.
Right.
A very smooth texture. Yeah, look at that. I mean, Lincoln really knocked it out of the park with this styling. All the materials are good. They look nice.
This color is beautiful, and honestly, it's coming up a little bit more like a periwinkle gray kind of color, but the blue really picks up in the carpet. It's so pretty. It's a nice soft blue that they kind of tried to match on the outside, and It's working. It really brings out that yachtness.
Yacht. Center some door compartments. I mean, even in the back, you've got like a little mini compartment where maybe your phone or wallet or sunglasses would go, and then down lower where your snacks and your drinks and things.
Right. So this is obviously a little hand. I mean, I would put my phone in here. That looks perfect. And then a lot of compartment right there. So, yeah, having a lot of different tiny storage areas and large storage areas are just, it seems very nice, very usable.
Mm-hmm. So if you're just tuning in, we are here with the 2020 Lincoln Navigator, checking out all of its gizmos and doodads and fun things inside, and just how beautiful Lincoln managed to design it. We're going to get out on the road here and feel the 450 horse 3.5 liter EcoBoost. But let us know in the comments if there's anything you'd like to know, anything you'd like to see. We might do a little bit of demo of the Revel audio system when we're out and about. So yeah, hit us up in the chat. Let us know. Off to the front?
Yeah.
What do you think about these door handles, the way...
These are super interesting.
That's kind of been like a Ford, sort of started with the F-150. That's kind of been a Ford trademark recently, how you kind of grab it.
It's a claw pinch.
Yeah, but it's intuitive.
Right. Yeah.
Ron Samandi's here. He says he likes the hidden door handles.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think it's a classy way to do it. Now, unfortunately, the Navigator doesn't get the Detroit Symphony Orchestra sounds that the Aviator does. So you can see when I open this door, it's just kind of a pleasant beep. It's not like the goofy, gimmicky orchestral sounds, but it's still nice. I'll just go up here.
Oh, right.
That in there for ultimate signal.
Look at all of the controls that we get. Three-way memory seats, and these are all of the controls for the seat. We have massaging seats here, and what are these right here on this side? We've got a plus and a minus, an up and a down.
Go ahead and press that right button. Nope, one more over. Yep.
Yeah, that's the massaging seat.
Well, press it though, and then you can see that brings up the seat over here, the seat controls. So if you turn that off and then go to adjust, now if you press those buttons, that toggles you up and down through the different levels of the seat, and then the plus, the in and out.
That's actually awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to lean forward and mess with this.
Right.
To adjust your massaging seats, you actually have controls over here that do that for you.
So
that's
you can see,
amazing.
If you show on this side, just kind of toggling through.
Yeah.
And I can go up.
Charlie's controlling it on his side.
Yeah. Now the massaging seats are kind of loud. They're sort of filling up with air and sort of moving mechanical bits in there. So when you're stopped, you can hear them. But they work decently well. They're not the best. They're not kind of Mercedes. Mercedes has the best massaging seats, but they're not bad. Kyle, good to hear that you're in. Good to see you. Glad to have you on board. Coming over in the driver's area, I'm going to start it up so I can rotate the steering wheel straight. Nice little white accents, white and chrome accents on here. Other than that, it's a pretty standard steering wheel, but the leather feels good. The gauge cluster. Let's see, I can move it. What's going to be the best way? I kind of do that. The wide angle camera doesn't do any favors to the gauge cluster. Slowly move in the power adjust steering wheel. Thank goodness they did a power adjusting steering column. That's like a must for me. There we go. I really get you guys in there. Kind of has a modern minimalistic display. You can simplify the gauge cluster if you want. You can also go through all these different screens for information, trailer info, that was useful. And we were towing with it, and different trips, and there's all sorts of different settings you can use in there. Also might have a little trouble coming up, but there is a head-up display. I have it pretty minimized right now. It's just showing speed, but you can have it show temperature and time and all sorts of different info as well. One thing that's kind of neat is not only do you have tilt and telescoping power steering wheel here, but you also have power adjustable pedals. And I like that provides both, because it really, on top of the 30-way adjustable seats, the 4-way adjustable steering column and having the pedals, you can dial in exactly how you want to get comfortable. So you can drive all day in this thing. All right, so this is, the center infotainment display is really just Ford Sync 3 reskinned for Lincoln, and it works fine enough. It's not the fastest in the industry. In fact, one of the ones that was remarkably quick that I just used was the Chevy Trailblazer. Cheap little car, but Chevy makes a really good infotainment system. It's like you touch things, and this you touch things, and there's a delay. I mean, it's
1, 2.
Right. It's like a quarter second or a half second, depending on if you've already loaded up the screen. It's faster, but everything has a little bit of a delay. The Chevy was like instant. It's like your phone. It's like as soon as you tap.
That's really nice.
Yeah, and people should strive for that. People being automakers. And then here you have the little trailer backup light, knob that I was telling you about earlier for the Pro Trailer Assist. And we used that. Backing up the trailer, we actually had to put a sticker on the trailer and write down some measurements and input them into the gauge cluster here. But using that, then I was able to just back up and turn this little knob and steer the trailer around. And it was actually super useful.
That was really cool to see, too. I've not seen anything like that before, and it was... sometimes...
It's cool seeing the wheel zip around really fast. Yes, the wheel actually
turned on its own, and that was amazing. And sometimes, pulling a trailer and trying to park it can be a huge stressful pain, especially if you're not very well versed in doing that.
Right.
So that's incredibly helpful.
And even for veterans of towing, what it really helped with was, instead of back and forth, like a lot of aggressive movement as you're trying to look around out your mirrors and with the camera, it's just a very subtle, just kind of joystick-like back and forth with your fingers. And then when the trailer was ready to get straightened out, you just leave it straight, and it sort of adjusted the vehicle how necessary to put this trailer straight back. So that was nice. And finally, as we get going, one of my favorite shifters in the industry, very nicely integrated into the dash. This is kind of an actual pass-through compartment, so you can put your hand right through to this big storage section down here.
This is awesome, and I love this so much.
You can see we've got purse and water bottle, and it's not even in the way. It's beautiful.
No,
but
nice.
To shift, all I do, press D, and away we are.
Oh.
Very light steering in the Navigator. It's kind of the perfect weight, really, for this type of vehicle. One thing that is also kind of cool that we just found today is you flip this down and you get a little mirror for looking back and yelling at your kids. Or just seeing that your baby's sleeping peacefully in their car seat in the back. Beautiful fall day here in Michigan. Got the sun out, it's about 65 degrees.
It's really very nice. And the colors on the trees are popping out too.
They really are. Nice time to be driving in a Lincoln.
Oh yeah, anytime is probably nice to be driving in a Lincoln. Especially this one.
This car would probably be great in the snow.
Oh yeah.
However, it is also $103,000. So keep all of that in mind as we're raving about it. If you guys are just tuning in, this is our live drive of the 2020 Lincoln Navigator. It is a black label. I should have put that in the description and catch a few more eyes. I suppose I could. But yeah, black label Navigator. So this is all the bells and whistles from Lincoln. And I will admit, it's a little bit, how should I say this? There are fewer bells and whistles than you might get from some of the other high-end luxury automakers. I mean, this has everything you need, but I wouldn't necessarily say it's got all those crazy type of things that are like, wow, I never would have even thought of that. Like the Mercedes, when you go around a corner and the sides of the seats inflate to like help hug you, or the incredible ambient lighting in the Mercedes, or some of the advanced robust powertrains in the BMW. But, I mean, we spent about 10 hours in this car, and I haven't felt that we've lacked anything.
No, we seriously haven't. It is such a joy to ride in the passenger seat. It's really very nice.
The only thing we might be lacking is a bit of fuel economy, but...
Right, but the size of the car and considering that we were towing another car behind us.
Yeah. No, we actually got pretty decent fuel economy for towing. I mean, we got about 15 miles per gallon towing a 4,000-pound trailer and car. Might even more like 4,500 pounds or so. And this car got about 21 miles per gallon on our highway fuel economy test. So, considering the size, I mean, too bad. The size and the power. I mean, this thing's rocking 450 horsepower, 510 pound-feet of torque.
That's a lot.
It is. It's. I mean, that's more than a. What is it? It's a little bit less. It's 10 horsepower less than a Mustang GT.
Wow. Huh,
a lot more torque too.
Yeah.
So a lot more grunt, a lot more twist.
It's a lot heavier though, so it's got to have all that horsepower to pull it.
Exactly, and all-wheel drive, that saps some more power.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So getting up to 55 miles per hour. One complaint I did find, and I didn't really notice this throughout the weekend, but when I really noticed it today during our testing, road noise could be better.
Oh.
And that could be due to these giant wheels with these skinny tires, but you just hear it. And for a car that costs $100,000 as a luxury vehicle, you shouldn't really be able to hear much, but we can hear a lot of the cracks of the road. We can just kind of hear the noise of the road. That's a little bit disappointing.
Mm. Oh. There was just a tiny bit of tire squeal in that.
Was there?
Yeah. Just starting to.
I'm sorry to disappoint you. We can get more next time.
Oh, no. I think that's fine. I really don't want to flip this.
Well, you've got a whole bunch of handles. That's your main complaint.
Yeah.
You got handle there, and handle there.
Yeah.
So let's twist this over. We've got drive modes here in the Navigator. We are in normal. Let's go over to Excite.
Ha!
That should be exciting. Big old truck there. Red line is $6,000, but the car's shifting about 5,800. We do have the 10-speed automatic transmission, and to Lincoln's credit, this is probably the best I've ever felt Ford's 10-speed work. For those of you in the know, Ford's 10-speed transmission is typically awful, and it's really not too bad here. It's been smooth, competent, always seems to be in a good gear. Part of that's probably the 500 pound-feet of torque, making it so any gear is a good choice.
Okay. All right.
You do have paddle shifters in the Navigator, which is stupid, but they're here. So I can make it hold gears.
Don't do that again, please. Don't do that again. Oh my gosh.
So yes, you can drive fast in a giant 6,000 pound vehicle like this, but it's not fun. I mean, it's other than making Alissa scream.
Squeam.
Is that the right word?
No,
Yeah,
squeamish.
Yeah, like squeamish.
Squeamish.
Sounds
like you're trying to say scream and messed up.
Well,
that's what make a scream.
That still seems accurate. Other than that.
Oh God.
And other than, I mean, the power is more useful for towing and just kind of getting this giant beast away. It's not really for driving aggressively, but
yeah.
Either way, we'll do a little 0 to 60 launch here. Brake torque. And 60. Pretty good. But like you don't really feel it because you're up so high.
Yeah,
so much
you really don't.
All right, now so that Alissa and I don't go to the poorhouse, we're going to shift into conserve. Try to get some of that fuel back.
Nice.
Kyle, those are a lot of chats. It's tough for us to keep track on all of them, but
I can do that.
What happened? I don't know. What do you mean?
I think he was wondering.
We're going fast, and we're in a giant 6,000 pound large SUV.
Charlie likes to take the corners fast to show everybody its capability.
Right. I mean, you got to demonstrate that all the Ford engineers went through this tough, laborious process of creating this powertrain and this chassis and transmission. It'd be a shame not to exploit it and reward them.
I nearly tipped the thing over. Okay.
It's virtually impossible to tip cars over these days. We'd have to make a concerted effort.
I know you've said that to me before, and other people have said that, but I'm not fully convinced.
What does it say? Avoid abrupt maneuvers and excessive speed.
Okay.
Well, we avoided abrupt maneuvers. That is key. You never make abrupt maneuvers. You always, all of your inputs should be smooth. You never notice me coming into a corner and then going like,
right.
It's always like a lean into it. Yeah.
Okay.
What else? Seats have individual thigh supports. That's
They
good.
do, and that's actually very cool. So these sections on the seat here, these little cutouts, they actually move individually. See, am I pressing the right button?
No, wait.
No, I'm not. You're right. Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy. We're gonna
It's darn sun on this highway.
I
Always
know.
hits us. I gotta remember to go the other direction next time.
I was focusing on this.
Well, can you come back to that for a moment so we can
Yes.
talk about the adaptive cruise
highway?
control?
Okay, yes.
So in the Navigator, we do have adaptive cruise control. It works fine. You can see we're adapting to this Focus up in front of us with no license plate in the middle of the road.
You guys can't see that though because of the sun. So.
Well, you should be able to see it, maybe not. So I'm going to turn my blinker on to the left, and the car is going to speed up automatically and get around them. You also have a very rudimentary lane keeping assist. It will sort of nudge you back, but it will by no means keep your car in the lane. Back to you.
Anyway, ports on either side of the seat.
You can
Your
also
controls
adjust,
are right here.
You can adjust the width of your seat area, kind of where it hugs you on your thighs, and you can adjust how it hugs you here as well.
Yeah, this the chair actually has these little, I don't know what you'd call this part. What is this called?
Upper back.
Yeah. It
Shoulder
just
area?
it's separate from the actual plastic part of the chair, so that it can adjust to your liking.
Yes.
So yeah.
Quite comfortable. I can take this if you want to take a look at some of the Chatterinos.
Okay.
Give you guys a little POV experience on the Navigator, and obviously if you want more, we'll have plenty of POV coverage on the review, as well as the Winding Road POV night and day drives.
That's a really good question. So Pam asked if the comfort of the drive changed because we were towing the car over the weekend.
Really not too badly. We were still plenty comfortable.
Yeah.
The trailer we were towing had a little bit of vibration, but no, I mean, it's still, being a body-on-frame SUV, you still kind of notice a bit, and you feel it right now, Alyssa, kind of the shudderiness of just keep things out you can with a Unity car. But on the flip side of that, it's never that bad. So even with the trailer on back, it kind of filtered everything out to a certain degree.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. That was also a pretty noisy trailer whenever we'd be going over bumps, but I actually didn't hear any of that from inside the car when we were towing.
Oh, it really wasn't
was
too
really
bad.
Very nice.
Yeah. Decently isolated in that point. And there's actually people here tonight. Peepers. I can't say anything today.
You're having a hard time tonight.
I had to redo a lot of takes recording as well because I just kept saying the wrong thing. Totally restart my sound test.
Marnie W. asks who the worst passenger in our opinion is.
Between you and me?
I don't know. Do you
I
mean
do.
of all the people that we know, or between the two of us?
Alyssa likes to make noise from aside the seat, but she is actually a pretty good passenger. She's put up with a lot.
Make noise.
Yeah, I put her through some difficult driving situations,
Yeah.
and she's always been a good sport about it.
Right, and from what I've seen in the videos that I've been in which Charlie is just being ridiculous in his driving, the fear does not come through. So that part right there was like, oh my god, we're gonna die.
I mean, yeah, we were doing like.
You're not gonna notice that, or you're not gonna pick up on what the actual sensation of the car is that I'm feeling from the passenger seat.
Yep.
Through the video.
Right.
Yeah.
That is true. Speaking of the video, let us know what the audio's like in this one. For those of you like maybe Moran Samandi or Pam or anyone who watches our live drives regularly, does it sound any different? Does it sound better? Does it sound worse? Is there any sort of weird noise? We're always trying different stuff. We've got some new microphones on, so let us know in the chat how it sounds. I wonder what the wind, it doesn't look too windy outside, so let's hop out, take a look at this little engine comparatively to not only the size of the vehicle, but also the class of vehicle. I mean, if you go out and buy yourself a Cadillac Escalade, you're getting a big 6.2 liter LS V8. That thing's gonna really pull and have power and sound good. So you are making a tad bit of a compromise with this 3.5 liter, but I honestly think it sounds pretty good. And after towing with it and driving it around, it's really no compromise in actual power and usability. There it is there. You can see the Lincoln badge on the plastic covering. But a lot of space in there. That is one benefit of a V6 is you could actually work on that. You'd need some sort of stool or maybe a ladder, but you could get down in there. You could do plugs. That would not be as easy to do with a V8 stuffed in there.
Look how dwarfed I am.
Yeah. Yeah, this hood could fall on your head.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big battery too. Look at, just think about all the electronics this thing has to deal with. Does it have cold cranking amps on it? Let me see. 850 CCA. So that's a big one. That's probably an expensive battery to replace. All right. Lincoln Navigator Black Label. It is just about the most expensive you can get a Navigator. And my goodness, is it large. I'm just kind of comparing it to you. Fortunately, when you open the doors, these running boards come out. Power down, and that's not too uncommon these days. You see that on a lot of newer half-ton trucks and everything, but it's good to have them because you kind of actually use them in this car compared to some of the other running boards we've had. With the key here, you've got remote start and remote tailgate open, so double press of that. Tailgate pops open. And double press. A few beeps to let some people know that it's coming down, and then down it goes.
Yeah.
Nice, pretty Lincoln badging here with black in there. It's kind of a black and chrome look. I think it looks really good.
Yeah, I think that's really nice. Thank you, Marty, for letting us know sound quality and video quality. That is information that we really need, so anybody's opinion is good on that.
What do they have to say?
He said audio A+, video B, and he said it cuts out sometimes.
Okay.
So that's stuff that we're working on, and we love to hear about that. So
yes.
Yeah.
If we can get up to just a little bit more, a few more regular viewers of the live drives, we're going to look into getting some sort of dedicated hotspot.
Yep.
Especially maybe as more 5G coverage is around, then we can really, and we could do 1080p live stream with hotspots. It's just kind of expensive. They're like $80 to $100 a month because this takes up a good amount of data to do these for an hour. But yeah, we should also consider maybe go around with like a signal reader and see where we have full strength signal around our kind of test environment. Yeah. Yeah. For those of you who are interested, this is actually Willow Run Airport, and for those history buffs, way over there, just past those airplanes, you can actually, just next to the airplanes too, you can see one of the hangars is open. That is where Henry Ford built World War II bombers way back during World War II. The green hangars way down, and as well as the kind of brownish ones on the side there. So that is a little history for you folks.
And there's a museum.
Yeah,
too,
right across the way is the Yankee Air Museum. That's got a ton of old bombers and war memorabilia and everything like that. Right. Yep. So that's kind of out and about where Alissa and I throw around our test vehicles. Would you like to drive?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
You don't have to. What do you see? If we can get our first super chat, Alissa will drive. If anyone gives a super chat in there, if you figure out how to do it and you submit a super chat, we will put Alissa behind the wheel. Is that fair?
Fine. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I dare you guys to do that. Yeah.
All right, but until then, And just do a nice big overview sweep here, and we can do a little bit more driving. For anyone just tuning in, look at this beautiful yacht interior. It's got this nice blue to the leather. The leather feels good. Nice white contrast stitching. Carpet is not, it's not like S-class thick, but it's still better than just your standard car. There's a little bit of thickness to it. Yeah.
Especially the car mats.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's thicker than what you normally get.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. Also, another, who was that let us know about the audio quality?
Marty,
another thing I'm curious about, when I'm talking and Alyssa's decently far away or vice versa, can you hear both of us, or does she sound like super far away? Kyle, you are absolutely a regular viewer. You don't know how to see? Oh no, dude, Kyle, if you could figure that out, that would be awesome. Yas, which app are you using the live stream right now? Yes, we're using GoPro Hero 8 hooked up to the GoPro app, and then because, well, for any of you who care, YouTube and the GoPro app don't really mesh nicely for mobile because you have to have 1,000 subscribers to stream on mobile, and there's like a YouTube brand account and then a personal account, and Daily Motor is a brand account, so blah, 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 blah. I have to actually stream through the computer. Oh, snap! Super chat from Yas! Okay.
Well, thank you for that, Yas. That's very nice.
That's awesome. Yas is our very first super chat.
That was quick. That's what Marty said.
Okay, Liz.
Okay.
This will be the biggest car you've ever driven.
It will. All
right, come on over. I'm going to, before she gets behind the wheel, I'm going to save my seat settings. So to do that, you've got memory seats right here. Nice chrome. I'm going to click through all the different screen settings, letting me know the doors are open. I'm going to hold 1, and then memory 1 saved. That'll allow Alyssa to readjust the seat however she needs, and then when she's done, just put it right back at my settings.
Oh, Yas also said audio is perfect for both of us.
Cool. Well, I'm glad to hear that. We're constantly trying to step up as Alyssa steps up.
Nice.
Okay, so take your time.
Yeah.
Like I said, not only do you have, I'll shut the door in a sec for you to get your seat adjustments, you also have pedal adjustment, which should help for you. You can bring the pedals closer to you.
Wow.
Like that. Oh, that's probably further away.
Yep.
And then you can move the steering wheel in and out as most vehicles.
That's awesome.
Yep. Come and close.
Okay.
Here you can see the little touchpad that Fords always have. I wish more manufacturers would come out with these. It's so nice to be able to just leave your keys in the car, lock the vehicle, and be able to unlock it using that touchpad. All right, getting in the passenger seat of the Navi. Look at these beautiful speaker grills as well. Just such a nice design. They're metal, so they're functional as well. Just good attention to detail, everything in here. All this white is really smooth, feels good.
Look how far I have to reach just to adjust the mirror. Such a large vehicle.
It really is.
Yeah. All right. I'm testing how much I have to press for that.
No, totally take your time. No rush on anything. And I'll go back. Yes, we also have, like I said, we're always trying different things every week. And what we're doing this time is we've got one phone doing the mobile hotspot for the GoPro. And then we've got a different phone right here streaming the video and allowing us to read your chats. Kyle, why are you picking on your girl? I'm not picking on her. She's having a good time. She's smiling.
Hey man, the man paid for me to drive, so I'm gonna drive.
Right. Marty, if you're using some sort of volume normalization, whoever is further from the camera is being picked up really well. That's good to hear, Marty. That means really GoPro actually is doing a pretty good job. I've got some Roland microphones on the side of the camera right now, so that's a little bit of a step up from the standard GoPro. She's starting it up. I should get belted in.
Yeah, you should.
I hope Pam is still watching. She'd get a kick out of this.
She'd be probably more nervous than me. That's my mother, by the way.
Turn. All right.
Cracking fingers.
Now, if she needs it, she can press the camera button and actually see around her, make sure she's not going to curb anything. But
Yeah.
Alyssa's actually a really good driver. I know we're kind of
Aw.
joking around and everything like that, but she drives really well. I have high standards, so she passes them.
Thank you.
She's driven the C8 Corvette. You can go wherever you want.
Yeah.
She's driven the C8 Corvette.
This-
You can talk. Go ahead.
Yeah. The steering wheel is actually really very easy to move, which is
Isn't it?
not something that I would expect from this honking vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Carry on.
She's also helped recently with the hybrid Sonata review, which that'll be coming out, I think, in about 2 days. We tried a few extra things with that. And then also the Trailblazer. You did a good job with that one.
Thank you. Yeah.
She's coming, just so you guys wait, we got a car review power couple here. I wonder if this is the most powerful. No, the Corvette is more powerful than this.
Yeah, it would have to be.
Yeah. This has more torque, though.
44. Oh, I love that it's got the speed limit right in this head-up display.
Mhm.
Right next to that. I really do like it. The head-up display has 2 little green.
Those are it's letting you know that it sees the lines for the lane keeping assist.
Wow.
Mhm.
That's actually really very cool.
Yep.
Did you turn that up? Because you said for you, the head-up display was kind of minimalized.
Yep, if you want, it's the end of the turn signal stock. There's a button on the end, you can press it, and that turns on and off that feature.
This one?
Yep.
All right, cool.
So one of the things I do kind of like about,
Beautiful sky.
yeah, it is. One of the things I like about having Alyssa's opinion is there are a lot of auto journalists out there who, I mean, yes, they're absolute professionals in their job. They've driven thousands of vehicles. They know sort of what to do and what not to do and what to talk about, what not to talk about. But Alyssa's kind of a fresh perspective in terms of someone, she does own a car. She's owned multiple cars. She needs to drive, but she hasn't driven thousands of vehicles. She's not a professional in the sense of the word as a auto journalist.
I'm a normal, everyday woman.
Right, but at the end of the day, it's those normal people who buy millions and millions of cars, whereas auto journalists typically just buy old, used, broken BMWs and GTIs and Miatas and never buy new, and so their thoughts and opinions really shouldn't even matter. So it is nice for Alyssa, when she gets behind the wheel and she's talking, I mean, these are like, they're raw sort of opinions.
Yeah.
It's not me where I've been filtered out by, I've driven the Escalade, I've driven the Yukon, I've driven Durango, I've driven like everything else to compare it to. She's actually saying things that are fresh. Yeah.
So nice.
Well. Pam would like to know, how does it handle?
I need to think about that for a second.
Okay, I'll answer some of the other ones. Moran, I have to double check. I'll do that before we finish the live drive. I don't think it holds gears to redline. I really can't imagine it would. It doesn't have like a manual shift mode, so it defaults back to auto mode from those shifters. Kyle, I have not seen. Actually, I did click into one of your videos. I did watch one of your like previous live stream videos. The content quality is good. Wide Putin. Yo, how's it going? Hey, it's Wide Putin.
Hey!
I can't stay. I'm sorry. Just dropping by to say hi. Aw, thanks,
That's so
Wide
nice.
Putin.
Yeah.
You're missing our very first super chat, which got Alyssa behind the wheel of the Lincoln Navigator Black Label, and she's doing an awesome job. But stay while you can, Wide Putin, and we'll catch you on the next one. Also, any of us, let us know in the chats if there are better times for you to be streaming, or for us to be streaming. I know that since you guys are all watching, we're kind of preaching to the choir, and the 6 o'clock time frame is probably great for you. But if it's better to go in the daytime, Alyssa and I can put off other responsibilities and
Absolutely.
stream in the day.
Yeah.
It's usually better for me to film during the day because there's less traffic. And ideally, we'd do this at 5 o'clock, but then we'd be dealing with rush hour.
Right.
So these are roads you've driven quite a bit, Liz.
Yeah.
What are some of your thoughts?
I can steer this one-handed. One-handed, just these two right here. I just use my forefinger and my thumb.
Well, that's because you're buff.
Not to look like a thug or anything, but the steering is so light in something that is this big. The braking is really smooth and really very light too. What else? I noticed when I was driving around a little corner, like those curves back there, I guess I was getting closer to the line than the Navigator wanted me to. Like right now in the little head-up display, it has these two little lines for both lines on the car. I'm sorry, on the road there, and they're green right now. And whenever I would get close to one, it would kind of flash a little bit, and the car would actually nudge me to the center of the road. I could feel that, and it would actually show that it was doing that for me. It was really interesting. It almost felt like someone just kind of just being like go a little bit. You're kind of, I'll do it right now. So all right, yeah. I'm a little bit closer to the yellow line here, and in the head-up display, the right line is highlighted green, whereas the other one is not.
If you get even closer to the yellow line, it'll probably light up red on the head-up display.
No, it doesn't light up red. It does like a little arrow where it's like come on, get over. So that's really very interesting. I'm gonna go straight.
Okay, you want to do some highway?
Oh, no, I don't.
Okay. Let's see. Marty, I'm glad you say that. He said, auto journalists complain about hard plastics. Unsubscribed here because you don't. And it's funny because I think I've said to you, I think I even said in this video.
You don't like hard plastics?
Well, I don't care about hard plastics, really. The only thing I care about is if they're places that you have to touch regularly. If I want the turn signals to feel good, I want the stop-start button to feel good, I want the volume knob to feel good, I want the steering wheel to feel good. Other than that, and maybe door handles, I suppose, because you got to use those regularly. Other than that, if there are hard plastics where you just have to look but not touch, then that's fine, and that's not going to change how well the vehicle drives. So I appreciate that. That center display has some large black bezels. I totally agree, Yas. Yeah, I was thinking that the other day. I'm like, I think Alissa and I went out to Taco Bell last night in this because we're savages, and we had to sit in the drive-thru for like 45 minutes. And I just remember looking at the screen, and as much as it was silly to sit in the Taco Bell drive-thru for 45 minutes, it did allow us to spend some quality time in the car. Yeah. And I did notice that, like, when are automakers going to make like genuinely nice looking screen? It's good. Which one was it? Was stream sort of situated or whatever. It's harder to drive than it looks.
This is a really big bump right then. Does it feel larger to drive than it looks? I want to say no. Honestly, if I drove this for probably an hour, I'd be completely 100% used to it. And I could it would feel probably like I've been driving it for a lot longer than an hour. It's very easy to get used to. I have, of course, in the back and forefront of my mind that this is a very large vehicle, so I'm kind of babying it. I'm not really doing full throttle with anything. I'm not doing hard braking with anything because I just got in it. I don't want to do anything like that right off the bat. But after about a day, maybe two, for sure a week of driving it, I would feel completely 100% comfortable doing those things. The hard braking, the full throttle, all of that kind of stuff. So, that being said, it doesn't initially feel like I'm driving. How large is this?
Probably like 6,000 pounds.
It doesn't feel like that, and that's wonderful. That's amazing. So there are people, of course, that drive these kind of cars, and they're very used to it. So knowing, kind of gauging how long it might take me to really fully feel comfortable in it, I think that's pretty good. Yeah. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
We are getting a little bit of the lagsters, so let's take a left up here at this roundabout, and we'll hop onto the highway and get off on Rawsonville Road.
Okay.
And zoom down that way. We might have a little bit more reliable signal. I think that was a good analysis. I mean, this certainly does feel tanky. Yeah. You've talked about that with some of the other cars. You didn't particularly care how the Trailblazer looked like sort of sturdy, but didn't feel like it.
It really did not.
Whereas this does still feel tanky and sturdy.
It really does. Yeah.
But it doesn't feel overbearing.
When you were talking about the weight of the steering wheel, I definitely see that now because it is light enough to be able to actually maneuver it very easily. But at the same time, it doesn't feel weak. It doesn't feel wonky or kind of like it feels very powerful still. So, yeah.
Yeah, you'll get up on the highway here and then just stick in the right lane and get off on the next exit.
Yeah.
Aviator, who doesn't have the right profile name because this is a Navigator, would like to know how the horn sounds and says hi from Germany. So let's do some horn. Well,
it might alert everybody.
Yeah, we'll do a little horn once we should stop. Once we're stopped.
Yeah, we'll do that. So stick around for that.
Yep. Good to see no more lag. Yeah, we need to go around and kind of just analyze our signal in a few different places. But what's kind of weird is I have a 30-second delay in the frame here. Lag, second delay, so that's a little frustrating. But it is what it is. Wait, you have roundabouts in the U.S. Yes, we do have traffic circles in the U.S. They are becoming more common, especially here in Michigan. People haven't necessarily been trained on them, and they're not very good. They don't use their signals. They're kind of animals. But no, we do have them. Plenty of roundabouts in Scottsdale. And yeah, Pam says as well, yes, they're kind of new. Ron Samandi, G63 in the future. Oh, man. I've driven the G63, and that thing is a riot. It's a lot of fun. It sounds so good. It's a talk about a tank to drive, though. It's awful to drive. Even the new. Okay, I think we're back. Interesting that we don't have great signal here.
Yeah. This is a populated area. I mean,
right.
We don't really have any issues like that.
Yeah, I'm just glad that thinking of going around.
No, there's a reason for it.
Is there a reason?
Wasn't there?
Oh, well, we need to stop somewhere and do the horn. I bet on Textile Road we can do that. So just keep going straight.
Okay.
Alyssa's cruising suburban mom style now. We're gonna have to put a wig on her and call her Karen.
Woo! Big bump.
Yeah, so you don't get. It's easier to filter out those kind of big bumps in more of a unibody style SUV, whereas these big body and frame. I mean, this is pretty much just a truck.
Yeah.
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 You are driving a truck, it just doesn't have a truck bed. It's got seats instead.
Yeah, I mean, the length is there.
Yeah.
Yeah. What would this be, an extended cab? Or an extended
This would
bed?
be just, yeah, probably. Well, tough to tell. Might not be quite that long. Take a right here.
Okay.
We're trying to find better signal, guys, we promise. We know it's not great right now, but for anyone just logging in, this is the live drive of the 2020 Navigator that you
Black
saw.
label.
If it is the black label, so we didn't have that on the description. I should have. Bad me. And we're going to wrap things up here pretty soon. Sun's starting to go down. I actually have to shoot a night drive for the Winding Road channel on this
Look at
truck.
that beautiful sunset.
Beautiful pink sky over there. So any last questions you might have on the Navigator, let us know. We're going to pull up here, kind of go down the road a little bit, hopefully get into some good signal area, and then demo the horn for Aviator if he or she is still on, hopefully. Or if we even just get a section of road where there's not somebody driving right in front of us or behind us, we can hit the horn. I would just feel bad. Yeah, blaring the horn at somebody.
Right, being in this giant tow vehicle.
Get out of our way. Oh, cool. This person's turning left. So as Alyssa gets off down this away from the stoplight, she can honk the horn.
Okay.
Let's do just past this big truck and that other truck.
Yeah, let's get away from the trucks.
All right, ready?
3, 2, 1.
That sounds weird.
It's really not hard to press on them. Normally, like, I think in my own personal car, a Volkswagen Passat, it's actually kind of hard. You have to be very purposeful, deliberate, yes, in your honking. That one was very easy, but maybe I was being deliberate. I don't know.
One kind of neat. Yeah, let's turn right on the on the next road at the stoplight.
You don't want me to use that?
No. One kind of neat feature is right here. You press down the third row. Yep. Stop the windows down and honk it again.
Yeah.
I don't know how well you could have heard that one. Did sound weird though. Fun fact, horns used to have a very pleasant sound. They were like in the key of C or E or something like that, and it was like a turn right here. Way back in the day, so they were just like good, pleasant notes, and then people realized like, hey, it probably shouldn't be like a nice sounding note because it's usually telling you that something's wrong. So then they made it be like off pitch, so it sounds awful. Now that it's getting dark, I can turn up the ambient lighting. Aviator says it sounds a bit like a train. I agree.
Yeah. Sound like that.
You drive it. Yep. Go over all the way to ambient light. Choose that. Now, this kind of bugs me when manufacturers, especially luxury manufacturers, don't give us the whole rainbow to play with. You're limited to 7 colors. And then you just kind of go up or down for the brightness. I think purple is going to be our best bet for seeing it. Where can we see some ambient light? We see it down here in the cup holders. Interestingly, this one always stays blue, regardless of what ambient light color you have chosen. Is there any in there? Nope, just a white light in there.
We also need to talk about the storage in here.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Oh, Ford Lake Park.
Yeah, let's go here. Although it does close at sunset. Hopefully they don't lock us in. Ambient light down in the door. Where else? Oh, you can see some in those back doors and everything. So you got kind of a purple, a greenish color, blue, red, light blue, yellow, and white.
Yellow looks red.
It does kind of, you're right. Especially in the camera. So we're going to wrap things up here with the Aviator. Let us know if there's anything else you'd like to see. And we will be back next week with, I believe, the C8 Corvette is what we're going to live drive. Let us know. Maybe I'll do a poll. We're going to have 2 cars. We're going to have a C8 Corvette and a Hyundai Ioniq. Actually, let's go up to the next one. There's less people, yeah. It's actually the Ioniq Electric, one of my favorite cars. I'm going to feel bad honking the horn here, too. How about you go down and then up, and we'll go like right over there.
No water view?
Nah.
There's an older lady wrapping up her kayak.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, she looks young. Sorry.
Yeah, so we'll have the C8 Corvette Z51 and the Hyundai Ioniq Electric. We'll choose to live drive one, if not both of those.
Here?
Yeah, any of these parking spots.
Okay.
Yep. And that's going to be about that. Let's pop down the window a little bit. Maybe just give us some 2 quick, like, honks.
I'll do it on this side as well. Ready?
Yep. Not awful. I mean, it's pretty standard.
Yeah.
All right, shut her down. Nice job, Liz.
Thank you. That was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be to drive this thing.
Good.
Which is very nice. So, thank you, Yas.
Yeah, thanks, Yas. You'll forever be remembered as our very first super chat.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks for doing that.
Cool.
We super appreciate that. Ron Simondi, any new S-Class? I don't think the new S-Class is like even close to coming out in the fleets yet. I will check. I mean, that's something we definitely need to get. But a lot of stuff's been pushed back with COVID. Yeah, so no new S-Class anytime soon. But we'll keep an eye on it. All right, let's hop on out.
Yes.
And there you have it, everyone. Definitely a treat. Big thanks to Lincoln for letting us spend some time, a lot of good time in the Navigator. Ooh, you can see now that it's dark out. We've got the light up Lincoln badge.
That's pretty.
Yes. All right. So we do have a 30-second delay, so we are going to...
Oh, wait, we should do a walk around. Aviator asked for a walk around, right?
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, can you show the exterior? Aviator, sorry. Good thing Alyssa saw that. Let's just do one last little exterior walk around here. We should do a race, see how long. All right, here, Liz.
What?
On the count of 3, run around the car. We'll see how long it takes you.
No, I'm not doing that. Another supercharge.
Another super chat for Alyssa to run around the Navigator.
I'm not doing that.
Do you mind opening the door, and I think that'll turn the light on so we can see the
Which one?
Just any door, driver door, I guess. Yeah, there's that big light up rear bar, very Lincoln-esque.
Oh, you can also open the window back here.
Oh yeah, that's right. Do that, and then you sort of pull up. Although you'd have to be giant to reach down in there.
To reach down in there.
Yeah, not very useful for you.
I would not be able to do that.
Yeah, Aviator said, man, how tall is the car?
It's very tall.
It's very tall.
It's very tall. Oh, here, you stand next to it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, whoop, wrong side.
5'11". So I mean, we're talking probably 6.5 feet.
Yeah.
There, you know, definitely well over 3 meters.
Yep.
Pam likes that fancy grill. I do as well.
It's really pretty.
So thank you all so much for coming along on the live drive. We're gonna be back next week, as I said. What else? We're getting a Mustang GT350R tomorrow. I love the Shelby Mustang, and I've never driven the R, so excited about that. And I think that's about it. So we're going to call this the end of the live drive, and we're gonna do a little bit of slow walk around with no talking, just to kind of let the footage wrap up, and then that'll be it. So we will see you on the next one. Thanks, Liz, for driving and all the good stuff, and we'll see you on the next one.
You're welcome.